Now, if I was to mention world-class ballet, you're probably thinking of London, the Bolshoi in Moscow, maybe Vienna. But are you thinking Hull? No, me neither. But maybe Anne-Marie Tasker can tell us different.
Russia has always been a powerhouse of ballet. Home to the world-famous Bolshoi, it's produced dancers like Anna Pavlova and Rudolf Nureyev. For decades, it's exported dancers to the world's top ballet companies. But a dancer from East Yorkshire has turned the tide. He became the first ever Briton to join Russia's renowned Mariinsky Ballet Company.
It's wonderful, you know. It's what I trained to do. Being out on stage when you have an audience of 2,600 in front of you, and it's good fun. I enjoy it a lot.
But he's not the county's only talent. Xander Parish is among 10 top-flight ballet dancers to come out of this tiny dance school in Hull.
You can't beat a good teacher, you know, that's where it all starts.
I think you can compare it worldwide and you'll find that it's the largest number of children that have ever come from one school.
Xander Parish now lives and works in the Russian city of St. Petersburg, dancing leading roles. It's a long way from his first job in the main troupe of the Royal Ballet.
When my current director saw me here in London dancing, he was talking to me about you're a tall guy, you know, you work very hard and I like your potential. Come to Russia and I'll make you into a prince. And for me, it was so over my head what he was talking about that I couldn't accept it. And I just said, you know, you're crazy, basically.
And Xander's not alone in being a talented ballet dancer. His sister Demelza dances here at the Royal Opera House, home of the Royal Ballet. She's one of a group of dancers from Hull who've made it to the top.
Because I've sort of grown up with it, you kind of become accustomed, you know, get used to it. But I suppose looking at it from, yes, taking a step back, it's actually, it's amazing. It's a lovely thing to be part of.
Demelza and Xander started out at the Skelton Hooper School of Dance in Hull, won places at London's Royal Ballet School, and then later became the only brother and sister to work together for the Royal Ballet Company. And they were joined by a handful of their friends.
It's very rare. I don't know of any other city or dance school in the UK that's produced so many that in such a short amount of time as well.
So we can take a little peek now at some of Demelza's early outfits.
Xander and Demelza grew up here, in the East Yorkshire village of North Ferriby.
Xander's only outfit, yeah, I made for him. He wore that with a navy blue unitard underneath. He didn't wear tights, contrary to popular belief.
And although her brother didn't start ballet till he was 8, Demelza's love for dance started much earlier.
Melzi, from when she was tiny, I think when she was 2, she wanted a tutu for her birthday present, and that was on permanently. We had to steal that to wash it at night when she was asleep.
Nestled down a tiny side street in Hull, this dance school may not look like much, but it's where some of the country's finest ballet dancers started out. Over the past 40 years, Hull's Skelton Hooper School of Dance has nurtured dozens of professional dancers.
The first thing is that they have the right frame of mind and they have the right physical attributes. Sometimes those things would lay dormant, so you've got to be able to A, spot them, and B, be able to nurture them.
1, 2, 3.
Teacher Vanessa Hooper danced herself with the Royal Ballet Company and starred in West End musicals before taking over this dance school from her mother, Vera Skelton.
Well, my mother trained me, and I had the good fortune to go on and be a dancer, and I had some great teachers along the way.
How unusual is it for one dance school to have got so many children to the Royal Ballet School, for example, to get dancers in the high places they are?
I think you can compare it worldwide, and you'll find that it's the largest number of children that have ever come from one school.
In fact, some of the top names in ballet started out at this tiny dance school in Hull. 24 students from Skelton Hooper have won coveted places at the Royal Ballet School. Among them, Natasha Ortrud and Joseph Cayley have gone on to be principal dancers with Birmingham Royal Ballet, while Michael O'Hare became the company's ballet master. Joshua McSherry-Gray dances for the English National Ballet, and Alice Baston is an apprentice at Northern Ballet. There's Xander Parish, of course, and alongside his sister Demelza at the Royal Ballet is soloist Elizabeth Harrod and the company's director, Kevin O'Hare.
She's got to know where you are,
Yeah.
but
It looks like I was waiting for something to happen.
Kevin spent years as a leading ballet dancer, but now he's in charge of the entire Royal Ballet Company, managing its stars and its repertoire.
My brother's a dancer as well, and now a ballet master of Birmingham Royal Ballet. And so we, the two of us went to Vera Skelton's, and we were very lucky in that way. It seemed a little bit more acceptable than maybe some other stories that, you know, we all think of Billy Elliot, but that sort of story, it really didn't happen to us. There was quite a community of young boys learning to dance, which was good. I think it really must be that you can't beat a good teacher. You know, that's where it all starts.
And Skelton Hooper's teachers are still spotting potential talent now, just as they did with Kevin O'Hare and Xander Parish.
He just stretched his leg and his foot, and it was beautiful. He didn't know what on earth to do with it or where to put it next at the time, but it was, wow. There is no doubt in my mind he is going to be a star.
But becoming a star is hard work. Xander goes months without a day off and trains every morning with his Russian colleagues. This training time, called class, is usually kept incredibly private. This is one of only a handful of times the Mariinsky have ever allowed TV cameras in.
We work like slaves over in Russia particularly. In the Royal Ballet as well, the dancers work very hard. When you're 11 years old going to ballet school in London, you're put under immense pressure and you have to compete with each other, your friends or your competitors. And then once a year you're assessed on your talents and your progress, and if you're not deemed to be to the level, you'll be asked to leave the school.
When Xander went to Russia, how difficult a decision was that?
Well, we didn't know anybody in Russia, nobody in the Mariinsky. And let's face it, it's Russia. And we've all seen the James Bond films. So it felt a scary place to go to.
To Russia via London from Hull. It's been a long journey for Xander and the other talented dancers Skelton Hooper has nurtured. So what is the secret to its success?
Growing up in Hull, I think there is that determination, that hard working ethic that I think people have in Yorkshire.
Vanessa's a good teacher there and helped polish up some talent that's got noticed and got pushed through the school systems. Whether it's just chance, luck or a combination of all things together, it's hard to say.
Every time I walk through the door, I'm inspired. It's in the air. There's something in the air here.
So the reason it punches above its weight in the ballet world could be outstanding teachers or the city's host of natural talent. And just maybe there's something in the water here too.
Well, that's all for tonight from here in Bradford, and indeed for this series of Inside Out. We'll be back in the autumn with more stories from where you live. Good night.